Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Thank you so much for joining us. Whoever may be joining us, we appreciate it. And I'm always glad to bring to you some good news. Some news about things that are happening in our community and the people that are making that happen. We welcome to the program Mr. Matthew Revere. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right. So, Matt, the new executive director of Friends of the Bayou Lafourche.
Yes, sir.
Happened in November. How's it been these last few months getting settled in?
It's been busy, and I love it. I love being back involved with the community, with a business group, with government. I came from a background I'm from Westwego.
Okay.
So coming from a background, I used to be a council member over there.
Sure.
And different things, and it pushed me right back where I want to be now that I now reside in Lafourche Parish.
Okay. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you back. That's great news.
Thank you.
And really good that you're doing that. I know we got some really good events coming up. Friends of Bayou Lafourche are always celebrating some really good things, excited about that. Tell us about these events coming up and a recent change in the date too, right?
Correct. So we have coming up our St. Patrick's Day on the Bayou.
Okay.
And it was planned for March 18th. Now it's on March 11th.
Okay.
It's in downtown Thibodaux. The
Right.
gates open up at 11 o'clock. It's very family friendly, so we have kids events.
Okay.
Different events for families in general. We have live music kicking off at 2 o'clock. The whole thing's down for 5. So 11 to 5 is the entire event. You can't beat it to come out there with the family, enjoy some good downtown Thibodaux along the bayou. That's the big key. It's right there on the bayou. You get the experience. We have our cardboard boat races, which is a huge thing for this event.
Right, and those don't sink, which is amazing.
They didn't sink last year, so I know
No,
that's
it's a really good thing. People think, oh my God, cardboard boat races, but again, those are really unique events that we kind of really people look forward to and enjoy. Let's talk about some of the things people can enjoy while they're down there.
So it's a $15 entry fee at the gate. With that, you can eat all the food that you want. We have the 3 different establishments that will be serving drinks. Different organizations are going to be out there with the children's activities.
Okay.
Once again, with the cardboard boat racing, which people still have time to get that in.
Okay.
Really. Then we also have the paddle by Lafourche Park.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. Jen, put the flyer back up. I want people to be able to see this as we talk with Matt a little bit. So they're both of those things, is Paddle Bayou Lafourche and St. Patrick's Day on the Bayou. Tell us a little bit about Paddle Bayou Lafourche.
So Friends of Bayou Lafourche teams up with BetNep.
Right.
And they pretty much put on the Paddle Bayou Lafourche part. So they have 2 different stops. You can either go to Napoleonville or Labadeville.
Okay.
And in each one of those spots is going to have 2 different times that they're going to launch. And it's going to finish up right where the event's taking place in downtown Thibodaux.
Okay.
For any of that information, feel free to go to bayou-lafourche.org, and you'll see all the information of the times, how to sign up, and all of that. So it works out perfect from where it ends, and it leads you right into our wonderful St. Patrick's Day on the Bayou event.
Yeah, especially if people want to really spend some time paddling.
Correct.
Right? I mean, there's a Labadeville to downtown is a little ways.
I think it's either 13.7 and an 8.7. I want to say is the 2 different.
13.7 and 8.7. That's right. And so we have some Paddle Lafourche launch times. You can go from 8 to 9 in Napoleonville, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in Napoleonville,
Yes.
10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in Labadeville. Of course, the gates open at 11, as you mentioned. The DJ 11 to 2. The kids' activities, like you mentioned, 11 to 4. 12 o'clock food starts, and all of that's free with the $15 entry.
Correct.
So really exciting
Yes.
for people to be able to do that. And it's a shame, since you're kind of coordinating, you won't be able to paddle the 13.7 miles or so.
That's not. Yeah. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah. Okay. Myself, I can appreciate that. My wife loves to get me to go out and do those kinds of things. I'm going to let her know because I think she'll probably want to be a part of that. Again, if people want to register and more details, they can go to bayou-lafourche.org/St. Day on the Bayou. Or if you want more information, you can reach out to Matt at 985-285-3352.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Very cool. I love it, Matt. So this is really cool to be able to do this. Really excited for people in the area. And so this is also for FOBL, is right. Also, right?
Yes.
The Friends of Bayou Terrebonne National Estuary Program, BETNAP.
BETNAP, correct.
Right. And so I just want to make sure we give their name out there for what that is.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's been a great partnership with them, to host this event.
Right. And again, it had to be moved. It was originally going to be on the 18th, and it got moved to the 11th.
Correct. The Children's Museum in Thibodeau has a upside down event that
Oh,
day.
that's right. That's right.
So,
Big event.
Yeah, big event. And, we want to support that also.
Yeah. And so I like it. It's one of those things. I love that perspective. We moved our date not because we didn't want a conflict. We moved our date because we want to support that.
Correct.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful program for them as well. And so very exciting times. And so, Matt, what are some of the things that you look forward to here with Friends of Bayou Lafourche?
Well, one of the biggest things is quality of life. It's always
Right.
meant a lot to me. So, to get to see the people on the Bayou and enjoying the Bayou and what Friends of Bayou Lafourche has done, the executive director who was there before me, he did a tremendous job, himself with the board. And, putting together many projects, many events, and the outreach of the Bayou. And, since I've been here since mid-November or so, I've been I was a part of a few meetings, and some demonstrations. And it's crazy to think a lot of people don't know the importance of Bayou Lafourche. And, I didn't,
Right.
for a second. I didn't know the full importance.
Right.
And I think, that's really the strong part of our organization. Is the outreach, to get the community back involved.
Right.
The projects are great, and it's a wonderful thing, but also to get the people involved to see these different opportunities that can be along the Bayou.
Yeah. Well, Matt, congratulations once again. Of course, Matthew Revere, Executive Director, Friends of the Bayou Lafourche, and their event coming up March 11th, 2023, and you can see the time and information there. March 11th, 2023, Friends of Bayou Lafourche and BETNAP teaming up to bring you a full day of fun on the Bayou for Paddle, Bayou Lafourche, and St. Patrick's Day on the Bayou. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thank
We appreciate
you so much.
it.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here as well. We appreciate it. Don't go anywhere. A lot more Bayou time when we continue.